Good morning, everyone. Am I
Good
audible?
morning, sir.
Good morning. Okay, let's start today's class. So, in the last class, we have seen how to calculate the inverse Z transform by using the partial fraction expansion method. Today, we'll check the residue method. Uh, Suppose then, if you want to calculate inverse Z transform of xz, there is one method, there is one equation that you can use defined as Z transform of xz or xn, that is equal to 1 by 2 pi j, that is a circular integration z to the power n minus 1 into xz dz. The circular integration is due to whenever you are calculating the Z transform, whenever you are calculating the ROC, that ROC defines by the circle, and that circle obviously the complex circle. That is the reason you have to consider J. Okay. So if you simply calculate integration with respect to a circle Z to the power n minus 1 xz, you will have your xn. But matter is that it is not so easy to calculate xn it is not so easy to calculate xn by using that overall method. It's very complicated. So there is a process called the residue method. That process helps to split that equation into a small amount of residues, and addition of all the residues will give you the result. The process now I am going to tell you. The value z to the power n minus 1 xz, that value in your residue method defines as fz. Keep in mind, fz is defined by z to the power n minus 1 xz. Always your aim will be first to calculate fz. From that fz you will get your xn by using the residue method. And what is that method? Method is that, first of all, xn xz will be given. From that xz, you have to calculate the poles. All of you know how to calculate the poles. So you will get the poles. After getting the poles, for each and every pole, you will get a residue value. Suppose you have two poles P1 and P2. So you will have two residues values due to the pole P1 and P2. Addition of these two residue value will give you the result. And to get that residue value, the formula that you need to use is, suppose residue, I told you we have to calculate residue over the value of fz. So first of all, from xz you have to calculate fz. Value of fz is xz multiplied by z to the power n minus 1. So whatever your xz value, whatever your xz value provided, multiply that value by z to the power n minus 1. That will be your fz. So residue of that fz with respect to different pole. With respect to different poles, that is for k equal to 1 p1, for k equal to 2 p2, like that, the formula will be given as 1 by n minus 1 factorial d to the power n minus 1 dz to the power n minus 1 z minus p k, that is your pole, that is to the power m multiplied by fz, where the value of z is given as pk. That is the formula to calculate the residues. Where the value of m defines the power of the pole. Means suppose 1 by z minus 1 means pole effect equal to 1 and the power of the pole is 1. If power of the pole is 2, then the value m is 2. Power of the pole is 3, value m is 3. Like that. So simply m defines the power of the pole. Now using that formula, you have to calculate the residues for each and every pole. If you have 3 number of poles P1, P2, P3, the residue of fz for P1 you will have equation from the teacher will have a value. The residue of fz P2 will have fz P3. So after getting all the residues values, the addition of all the residues values will be your result. Okay, so that is the process. And one more thing, if you simplify that equation, considering m equal to 1, if you consider m equal to 1, it will be 1 by 1 minus 1 factorial, that is overall, that is 1, d to the power 0, so that will be 1, z minus pk fz, that value will remain. So it will be z minus pk fz for z equal to pk. For m equal to 1, means when the power of the pole is 1, then you can use that formula too. But if the power of the pole is more than 1, then you have to use that. Okay, so that is the formula. Depending on that formula, you have to solve the residue method. Now, consider one example, it will be more clear to all of you. Suppose xz is given as z to the power minus 1, 1 minus 0.25, 0.25 z inverse, minus 0.375 z to the power minus 2. Okay. Calculate xz. You have to use the residue method. So for this case, what I told you, for xz, first of all, you have to for xz, you have to put. So you will solve it. Simply you solve it, first multiply by z to the both side, and if you solve it, you will get z by z minus 0.75 and z plus 0.5. If you solve it, you will get that. Okay, so simply you have two poles, 0.75 and another pole is minus 0.5. So P1 is given as 0.75, P2 is given as minus 0.5 for xz, keep in mind. Okay, the next what I have told you, you have to calculate that fz, and over that fz you have to receive that fz. So you have to calculate fz. So how will you fz? Simply fz will is equal to power n minus 1. It is multiplied by z to the power n minus 1 xz. So simply it will be z by minus 1, and if we put the value of xz, so z by minus 1 into z, so it will be z to the power n. j minus 0.75, j plus 0.5. That will be rejected. Up to that clear? Up that? Yes. Okay. Okay. So now you have got your AJ value. Now for that FZ, you have to check how many poles you have. Because overall, over that FZ, you have to calculate the residue. So can you tell me how many poles do we have of AJ composite?
2. The 2.
Two poles. Two poles. Okay. One is P1 equal to 0.75, P2 equal to minus 0.5. The matter is that you will get two poles when the value of n, if you consider greater than or equal to 0. Take the problem. The value of n does not provided here. The n that you are getting, that value of n does not provided here. The value of n will be anything between minus infinity to infinity. So if you consider value of n greater than or equal to 0, the z to the power n may be z to the power 0, z to the power 1, z to the power 3 like that. So the z will remain always in the upside. So that's only you have two poles. But if n less than 0, means suppose n equal to minus 1, z to the power minus 1, or equal to minus 1 will be z to the power minus 1, or simply if z, that will be 1 by z, z minus 0.75, z plus 0.5. Then how many poles do you have? Two poles. Exactly. Another pole you are getting 0. That is 3 poles you are getting. And also, if you change the value of n towards the negative for the first pole, that is suppose z minus 0, the first pole power will continuously increase. For n equal to minus 1, z minus 0 power 1, for n equal to minus 2, z minus 0 whole to the power 2, then n equal to 3, up to z minus 0 whole to the power n. So the power, that is the value of n, will continuously increase if we consider a value n less than 0. Okay. So for that residue method, you have to keep in mind that condition or that case also. Means you have to calculate the residues for n equal to 0 and for n less than 0. N greater than equal to 0 means what? Causal. All of you know. N greater than equal to 0 means causal and n less than 0 means anti-causal. Okay. So for causality, you have to calculate z. For anti-causality also, you have to calculate z. Then only you will get your final result. So here, if you got that value, keep in mind that now. So first, consider causality. Means first, we are considering the value of n greater than equal to 0. For that case, you have two poles at 0.75 and at minus 0.5. So, first of all, residue of fz for pole P1. This P1 is 0.7. Third value, the value of n is 1. So we can directly use that formula. Possibly you can place the value of in here also. If you place the value of in here, you will get again that formula. So directly you can use that formula, that is z minus pk fz. What is equal to pk. So residue of z for P1 will be z minus P1 if z for z equal to P1. So value of P1 is 0.75. So you get z minus 0.75. Value of z for n, z minus 0.75, z plus 0.5, or z equal to 0.75. So we can solve. Simply if you replace the value of z as 0.75, you will get a value of 4 by 5. Simply put the value of 0.75, you get a value of 4 by 5 into multiple n. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that is the first residue value. So now you have to calculate the residues for minus 0.5. Condition is n equal to 0. So residue of fz for minus 0.5 will be what? Z minus, so z minus 0.5, so z plus 0.5 into z. Value of z is z to the power n, z minus 0.75, z plus 0.5, or z equal to 0.5 minus z equal to minus 0.5. So simply this will be cancelled out. If you take the value of z minus 0.5, that will be minus 4 by 5 minus 0.5 on the power n. Okay. That two values of residues you are getting when n greater than equal to 0. Now we consider the next condition, that n less than 0. For this, you want the value of n equal to minus 1, equal to minus 2, equal to minus 3 like that, till you are getting 0. Till you get 0. Okay, let's check it. Then it will be 1 by z minus 0, z minus 0.75, z plus 0.5. Okay. Now so you have to put 0.75 and 0. Minus 0.5. So on the first pole, that is for equal to 0, the residues value of it for 0. Okay, simply put z minus 0. Value is what? Now if it is this, what value will be made? Not value. That will be getting when n greater than equal to 0. But then will be n less than 0 and specifically when n equal to minus 1. Then we will this. So in that case, you have to consider z as value. So 1 by z minus 0